Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
The Goalie Resiliency Podcast, hosted by Chris Dawson and Dr. Rob Graham. With player interviews new and old, goalie insights, and everything you need to know about being a netminder, this is the podcast to check out. You can subscribe at youtube.com/goalie-resiliency or instagram.com/goalie_resiliency.
What's up, folks? This is NOJHL Game Day. Alex Bashavansky here. Welcome back inside our league studio, and fasten your seatbelts as there are some Titanic tilts ready to go down today. Let's get you all set up before the puck drops in just a few minutes.
It's going to be a lot of changes to the lineup for the Cubs this evening without one of their star players in a Sinaway. Here's Lucas, and you're ready early. He scores! 47 seconds in, the first shot of the game.
The Sudbury Cubs hit early against the Paper Kings last night and continued to dominate throughout the contest.
Won by Sudbury. Lucas Inready manages to hold the line. And you're ready. Gets it over. One-timer. Chitteroni scores! 6 minutes remains now in regulation. Cubs up 2-0. Here's another chance. Tapped in on the rebound by Jacob Lamoureux. Way back to center. Ryan Rubik collecting it, bringing it across the line. A humongous hit, throwing the reverse lights on Carter Makasoff, and he went flying. Here's Chitteroni walking in, trying to look in front. Cohen on the shot, save, rebound, score. Ben Harris.
So make it 13 in a row for the Greater Sudbury Cubs. A remarkable streak. 4-0 the final in this one. They are red hot right now. Let's take a look at how they got to this point. Yes, they're roaring, and yes, I know that's a full-grown bear and not a cub, but just roll with it for this story, okay? Since September 21st, they're 13-0, having scored 59 and allowed just 22. Remember, they started the season with just one win in their first 4 games. The streak got going with a win over the Storm on September 21st. They really got rolling with an 11-1 shellacking of Espanola on the 26th, to make it 2 in a row. Over the 13 games, a couple have been by overtime, including this one at the Showcase over Powassan on October 2nd. Through the streak, Lucas Singer-Reddy has been utterly dominant. He's put up 22 points over the 13 games and now sits second in the league scoring race. Sudbury, what a story they have been so far this season. The Cubs will actually get the night off today. 5 games on the schedule. The Storm to face the T-Birds at 7. Timmins in Powassan against the Voodoos at 7. Blind River will head to Massey to face Elliott Lake at 7. The Gold Miners in French River for 7 p.m. against the Rapids. And the Hearst Lumberjacks head south of the border to tangle with the Eagles. Timmins will be in Powassan taking on the Voodoos. The Rock have won both games they played this year. Powassan 3-2 over its last 5 games. They are led, of course, by BrokerLink 3-star of the week, Justin Rousseau. Timmins is 3-2 over its last 5. They are coming off a 4-1 win over the Elliott Lake Vikings on Sunday. Iroquois Falls is in Sioux to face the T-Birds. The home side won their lone encounter on September 28th. The Thunderbirds are tough to figure out this year. 2-3 in their last 5, and they lost 5-2 to Espanola their last time out. Iroquois Falls has played better since snapping a 5-game losing streak, but still are only 2-3 over their last 5 contests. Blind River will tangle with Elliott Lake in Massey, as mentioned. The Beavers are 2-0 against the Vikings so far this season, and the boys in red are 3-2 over their last 5, but lost their last time out to the Sudbury Cubs last week. Elliott Lake stumbling a bit at the moment. They've only won 1 of their last 5 games. Last time out on Sunday, they fell 4-2 to the Timmins Rock. Hearst will head south of the border to take on the Sioux Eagles. The Lumberjacks beat them 4-3 back on the 18th. The Eagles got their wings clipped by the Cubs last time out. They are 3-2 over their last 5, while the Lumberjacks have been rolling as of late, going 4-1 the last 5 times out, and they dropped Iroquois Falls 5-3 on Sunday. Finally, we've got the Gold Miners in French River to face the Rapids. The home side is looking to get back on track. They are 1-4 over their last 5 and dropped a 3-2 decision to Powassan last time out. The high point of the Gold Miners season has been a 7-1 win over the Thunderbirds 2 weeks ago. That sadly was their only W of the season so far. They are 1-4 in their last 5. Okay, primetime player for last night. We're giving it to Jack Helke of Espanola, despite the Paper Kings falling 4-0 to Sudbury. It could have been a heck of a lot worse. Jack stood on his head as the Cubs peppered him with 47 shots. Jack managed to stop 43 of them. And your play of the day, brought to you by BrokerLink, auto, home, and business insurance. BrokerLink, life is confusing. Your insurance shouldn't be. And it belongs to Ryan Rubik of the Cubs for this massive reverse hit against the Paper Kings.
Way back to center. Ryan Rubik collecting it, bringing it across the line. A humongous hit, throwing the reverse lights on Carter Makasoff, and he went flying at the blue line.
Yeah, and just remember, of course, that to stay up to date on everything that's going on in the NOJHL, you can head to the league's official social media outlets. Thanks so much for watching. Now it's off to the rink for puck drop. Enjoy the game.
And a huge thank you to Alex with the NOJHL Game Day video for teeing us up for tonight's contest between the Powassan Voodoos and the Timmins Rock. And we welcome you inside the Powassan Sportsplex for another game here for the hometown Voodoos as they welcome the Timmins Rock. As we mentioned, I'm Courtney Kenny, pleased to be joined for the first time this season by Harrison Clements. Usually he's down at ice level getting amazing footage for our socials, but today he made the trek up the whole 10 stairs up from ice level, and he joins me in our proverbial media booth.
Hey, they added a nice little railing here in the Sportsplex to help me on my journey, so that was a nice little addition. An exciting matchup here between the Rock and the Voodoos. But first, before we get into any history, I think we should read out some of our starting lines.
Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by the Clubhouse by Gateway Golf, located on Oak Street East in North Bay, Ontario, with over 200 plus real-time courses, simulated arcade games, and delicious eats. The Clubhouse is North Bay's newest social hangout.
Well, who are our starting lineups today, Harrison? You have the sheet in front of you, so you are our thesaurus of knowledge, or I guess knowledge. I don't know. That failed, sorry.
We got Jack Nolan for the Voodoos, Riley Misa, and Caleb Dawson as the starting top line for Powassan. On the Timmins side of things, you got Clark Skadden, Lucas Lowe, and Caden MacArthur. Now on defense for the Voodoos, Samuel Rive and Marcus Krass. And then back to the Rock, we have Braden Sear and Tenzin Neiman.
Good lineup.
Us off.
Good lineups for sure to start. We'll get to your starting goaltenders in just a moment when the two teams come out. A little bit of an interesting history. Since the 22-23 season when Peter Goulet took over behind the bench, the Voodoos have a very big losing record against the Rock. Altogether, playoffs included, they are 5-15-1 against Timmins, including 0-10 at home. They have yet to beat Timmins at home since Peter Goulet has taken over behind the bench. And if you remember last year during the playoffs, it was the team who played on the road that won every game, so they didn't even win at home then. And all overall, since March 27th, 2024, a 4-3 overtime win over the Hearst Lumberjacks in Game 4 of the opening round series, the Voodoos are 2-6-2 at home.
So a big matchup, as always, between the Rock and the Voodoos. And as you said, that's quite the record if you're the Rock. You got to feel confident going into this game. You got to feel confident with how your season's gone so far. Going on, they're sitting at 10-4, as you mentioned. Looking overall fantastic. The Voodoos just breaking 500. So looking to turn that record around for the positive here if you're the guys in green.
And keep in mind, of course, that every team now is in the same division. All 12 teams are just piled into one. So every point is extra important, even though it usually was between these two teams. As per the usual, as they were both in the East. But with that being said, I believe we're just getting ready for Tim Scarrow to sing the national anthems, and we'll be back on the other side of that.
Through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly free, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sailors, that star-spangled banner yet wave, oh, the land of the free and the home of the free. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. Captain Brassey portait l'épée, il sait porter la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand
And we welcome you back inside the Powassan Sportsplex as we get set for opening draw here, although I believe we'll be getting a fancy guest out to center ice to start things off before we do get going here. Of course, the Voodoos and the North Bay Battalion do form a special bond between the two communities, between the two teams. I mean, Caleb Dawson and Sam Rive are draft picks, and we have to think about Wraith Smith, who's currently on the team with the battalion, who dominated here, and Mike McIver as well. So I believe Sarge is out on the ice, and he is indeed. We'll get to our starting goaltenders in just a moment. But Sarge is ready for the opening puck drop.
Not often we see him down here in Powassan at all, but good to see the big guy make the trek.
Yeah, usually he's out taking a skate around the lap around Memorial Gardens to get ready, but here he is for the opening draw between Justin Russo and Nyman of the Timmins Rock. And Russo, of course, as his tradition, wins the opening draw. But Harrison, why don't you tell us who our starting goaltenders are?
Well, with the puck dropped, and we'll talk about the guys who are stopping them tonight in net. For the Voodoos, we have Austin Seibel, who is 7 games in, 3 wins, 2 losses, with a 2.81 goals against average and a .920 save percentage. And in net for the Rock, we have Dryden Riley with 7 wins, 3 losses, a 2.01 goals against average, and a .931 save percentage. A battle of some absolute heavyweights in between the pipes here, Courtney.
Yeah, and Austin Seibel, this is the first time Timmins will get to see him, as it was Tyson Wilcox in net for the first game this season, and Miles Gordon in the in the game up in Timmins, but we are underway. The Rock and the Road white jerseys are going left to right, and the Voodoos in their home greens are going right to left as we are underway. Kratz with the puck in his own zone, sends it down through the neutral zone. It's picked up by Misa. Misa tried to get over to Dawson, but he's just out of his reach. Now Nyman sends the puck down the ice. Rive will pick it up in his own zone. Rive, the lone 16-year-old here with the Powassan Voodoos this season, is able to get it to Dawson, who dumps it in. Sire with the puck now. Has it behind his net. Sire out from behind his net, down the ice. Gains the red line, dumps it into Voodoos territory. Takes a strange bounce off the end board and comes out front, but quickly Dubroy gets it down to Gunner. Gunner into the offensive zone. Goes cross ice, and it's into the skates of Rotundo, so he couldn't get a shot away. Now Gunner on the near side half wall. Gets it to Call, and is sent back and out by the Rock. Now MacArthur has Dubroy all over him. Still gets the puck into the Voodoos zone. Seibel plays it behind his net, stops it up. And now the puck again behind for the Rock. They shoot! And what a save there by Seibel right off the hop, as the Rock thought that they got one, but Austin Seibel says no way.
And that's the thing about the small ice here in Powassan is that the puck moves very fast, the pace of play. You got to track quickly, and Seibel stays all the way on top of that opening attempt.
Another chance. It's blocked and into the corner. And now the Voodoos trying to get it out, still battling in the corner. Far side, Voodoos do flip it out, but no, it's not out, as the Rock kept it in. Another chance now as the Voodoos do finally get it over the blue line and out, as one of the Voodoos players, Coleman, is knocked to the ice. Now Cowell back to the blue line trying to get it to Coleman. Sorry, that was Coleman. It was Pelche that was knocked down. And fans here calling for an early penalty didn't get their wish. They do. Never mind.
We see the puck touched up, and it will be Thomas Beard going to the sin bin for the Rock. So an early advantage here for the Voodoos, hoping to convert early.
Beard starting off Movember the same way as most people's beards, shaven. Into the penalty box he goes. Misa leaves it behind the net to Rotundo. Rotundo overstepped the puck, but he was able to hold on to it. Gains the red line, dumps it in. Riley gloves it down, and he's just going to cover things up. And now we'll get a stoppage of play here. 17:57 is the time on the clock. Only one shot to tell you about, and it was a 10-bell save by Austin Seibel.
So far, both teams rushing, trying to find any space. Voodoos with the advantage now.
Puck off the draw. Call had it in prime scoring opportunity there, but he couldn't get the shot away. Misa in deep. Call with another chance. That one's turned aside. Now Dawson down below the goal line. Up against the end wall. Call goes in for some support. Battling for it. Dubroy in there as well. 3 Rock have been sucked into the corner as well, but the Rock do get it up. And to the blue line. Kept in by the Voodoos momentarily, as finally the Rock do send it down. Now Seibel had to make a stop on that one as the shot came from the Rock zone. Misa leaves it for Kratz. Kratz goes behind his net. Jack Kelly, the former Voodoo, all over him, as now Kratz turns on the speed. Kratz onto the far side half wall. Tried to get it in deep. He does, as Russo came in for some help. Pelche got it back to Kratz. Kratz along the wall. Still battling for it. Got it cross ice. Now it's Nolan. Nolan takes a shot. That one's kicked aside by Riley. Still battling on the far side. Pelche in there as well. Still coming away with it. The Voodoos do. Nolan does get it out as he carries the puck around. Goes cross ice. He had Russo lined up, but Russo couldn't receive the pass. Now it's back to the blue line again. Cowell takes the shot. He picked his corner, but he put it well high and wide. And the puck comes back down to the neutral zone. Less than a minute on the man advantage as Cowell from his own zone knocks the puck down to Nolan. Nolan for Pelche. And it's back now to the blue line and pass to Callaway. Down the ice as Rive comes on. He chases the puck down. Back to 5-on-5 here. The Voodoos 0 for 1 on the power play. Had a couple of good looks though. Now the puck down the ice. Poole closed his hand on the puck and was able to get it down. Now another chance for the Voodoos to get the puck out of their zone here, and they do. But it's quickly turned around by the Rock and sent right back in. Armitage knocked off the puck. And Rive picks it up behind his net. Rive off the boards, nifty little play, he picks it back up. Sam Rive gets it in now. Good chance for Ellard and a shot on net. Riley had it. And the rebound chance goes around behind the net. Riley still had a hold of Rive's stick. Not intentional though. Clayton, the former Kirkland Lake gold miner and former French River Rapid, gets the puck in deep. Now the puck back out to the blue line. Nyman takes a shot. That one hit a body and went wide. And now into the corner. Bradley with the puck sends it out of the Voodoos territory. And we're almost 5 minutes in now. Timmins knocked it in and hit off the linesman though, so Misa quickly on the counterattack. Now it's Dawson. Dawson had the puck roll off his stick, and now he gets it in deep for Misa. Dawson on the near side wall, back to Coleman at the point. Coleman takes a shot, Riley makes the save, rebound is there, and Nolan's down on the ice, slow to get up. As he's still down on the ice, and that's not good news for Jack Nolan, one of the newer Voodoos here on the team, as he came in about a month ago now, just before the showcase. Most of his points coming in one game. He has 5 goals on the year. All 5 of those goals coming in one game, to be precise, as he's still down on the ice, and we hope that he's able to get up here in a moment.
It was quite the debut. There's not many games, period, that you see 5 goals scored by a single player. And he certainly started off fantastic with the Voodoos, has been added quite effectively to the team, but getting in the way of traffic there, possibly hit by a puck. That's the danger of going and forcing a screen, is that a lot of things can happen when you're trying to create vision in front of a goaltender. And that's been kind of the Voodoos' game plan so far this game, is trying to get shots through traffic, because you know with as effective as a netminder as Riley, he's going to see anything if you get a clear shot on him.
Jack Nolan still on the ice. He is getting up now. Look to be favoring his ankle, as he does come up to an applause here from the audience. And hopefully we'll be able to see him stay in the game as he's able to skate off his own power. Speaking of new Voodoos, though, the Voodoos have moved forward Matt Deniz to the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners for a development fee, but they filled his spot quickly with a free agent pickup of Garrick Denchuk from the Swan Valley Stampeders of the Manitoba Junior A Hockey League. He's 6'3", 180 pounds. He had 0 points, though, in 4 games of the Stampeders this season. He is making his Voodoos debut tonight, as Nolan is heading towards the locker room now. And hopefully he's able to make a comeback. We'll have to see. Puck in the neutral zone for Powassan. Rive gets it down the ice. Nice little one-touch pass by Calder Dubroy. He throws it on net, and that one whistled wide. Now going the other way. Timmins on the counterattack. Near side to MacArthur. MacArthur takes a shot. Seibel makes the save, and that one's into the corner and out for Powassan. At the blue line now. Trying to carry it in. MacArthur gets to it. MacArthur on the near side. His pass nearly picked off. Thomas Sefton, another former Voodoo, played the puck back to MacArthur. Now back to Sefton with the shot. Seibel makes another save. And Dubroy is able to get the puck out. Going for a quick change. The Rock quickly back into Voodoo's territory, though. MacArthur throws it towards the net, and Seibel's just going to cover things up and get a stoppage of play here to calm things down as Timmins was starting to gain some momentum.
Timmins has been getting a lot of really quick zone entries on the Voodoos zone, but so far the Voodoos have been able to clamp down and keep the majority of the chances to off angles. And if it's through a screen, it's only past one player, so Seibel's been able to stay on top of these shots pretty effectively.
Austin Seibel's been pretty impressive since he joined the Voodoos late September. Gave some stability to that goaltending position. Him and Wilcox have played outstanding. Goaltending has not been the issue through the early part of the season, especially when you look at both their stats. As now the puck comes out of play, it hits a glove on the Voodoos bench, but we talked about moves for the Powassan Voodoo, or the Voodoo side of things. We might as well talk about the moves a little bit for the Rock. They are without former Trappers forward Brant Romanuk, who has now moved to the Quebec League's Gatineau Olympic in October. And they also added 3 more forwards, including Kai Clayton, like we mentioned, from KL, Nathan Marincola from the Espanola Paper Kings, and Clark Scadden from the Fort Francis Lakers of the SIJHL. That's a bit of a mouthful. As now, good chance there for the newest Voodoo. That was Denchuk. He put that one wide. Now the puck in the blue paint for Bradley, but he couldn't quite get the shot away. Denchuk got it all the way around again. Back to the blue line for Rotundo. He sends it right back around. And to Callaway pinching on the near side. Sends it in wide. Bradley into the corner. Gets a piece of it. Denchuk still battling for it. It does come out, though, for Powassan, or for Timmins, rather. Beard to the middle of the ice. Good chance there for Kelly, and what another save there by Austin Seibel, as he's made a couple of great saves here in the early part of this period.
That's really good effort by the Powassan defenders to get back, keep them to the outside, keep Seibel able to have full vision of that puck, track it easily, and even though they got in close, it wasn't the best shot you could have.
A little backhand chance for the Rock, like you said. It's not the greatest shot, but sometimes those backhand chances can be very tricky. As Misa in with some speed. This line's loaded with speed now with Dubroy out there as well. Coleman threw it towards the net. That one's blocked out front, though, by the Rock before it could even get on goal. Now back down the ice. DeBock sends it in. That might be, no, they waved off icing, so no icing call there. Secord with the puck from behind his own net. Up the ice, gets it in now for Clayton. Clayton couldn't hold on to it now as Misa now hits the linesman with his out pass. Thrown on net by Dubroy, well wide and high, but he picks the puck back up in the neutral zone, and he has it in his own zone, sends it near side for Dawson Coleman. Coleman to Rive. Rive battling for it at the blue line. Sends it down for Armitage. Armitage back cross ice to Sefton. Dawson with a good reach to knock the puck away from him, but it's quickly knocked back into Voodoos territory. Now Rive with it. Sends it right down through the neutral zone. Cowell sends it in deep, and Sefton picks it up on the near side. Clayton also there. Skates around his man, and the Rock get the puck down the ice. McClellan was going to be offside on that play, but now the puck's up for Cowell. Cowell, one guy to beat, takes the shot, he scores! Caden Cowell, and the Voodoos are in flight as Cowell picks up his 6th of the season on an absolute snipe.
And that's been sort of the Voodoos game plan all along in the neutral zone, is they've been pinching hard at the blue lines, forcing turnovers and forcing those rushes. They had a couple of opportunities early on, but with this one, it's the best look that they have. They've been favoring shots towards the Timmins blocker side. They've seen him drawing out. They shoot far side, and they find the back of the net. An excellent play so far by Cowell, 1-0 Voodoos.
This line of Cowell, Pelche, and Russo have been flying since that Blind River game a couple of weeks ago now. Really turned up the heat against French River last week. Now it's Pelche. He had 2 goals against French River, along with Adam McKillop, both recent guests on the Frontline podcast. Our most recent, I should add. As now the puck down the ice into Voodoos territory again. Kratz with the puck. Kratz saw Cowell down the ice, but his pass was just disrupted ever so slightly, so it never got to Cowell. Now Russo to Rive. Rive knocked down hard right in front of us. Now the blue line, Cowell. Rive still down as Cowell's battling for the puck. Now Russo comes in for some support. Still battling for it. Rive did get up, though. Now it's far side for Call. Back for Kratz to Rive. Just over 10 and a half minutes, just under 10 and a half minutes, I should say, left in this period. 9:40 gone. Voodoos up 1-0 here in the first period. Rotundo takes a big hit at the Rock blue line. And here's the jeers from the Rock bench. The puck down the ice. Rotundo in a foot race for the icing call. He does get to it. 10:05 on the clock. And we'll get an offensive zone draw for Powassan.
The Voodoos just keeping up the pace after the goal, sending in aggressive 2 forecheckers, trying to force a turnover in the Timmins zone, pinching hard in the neutral zone, forcing Timmins to clear it far.
Dubroy in for the draw. To the near side of Riley's net. He wins it back. Gunner couldn't quite get to it, though, as MacArthur off to the races the other way. Getting the puck in. Timmins tried to get it in deep, but now Dubroy picks it up. Caden Dubroy with an outside step, trying to get to the front of the net. He's passed. No one was there, but a good effort by Dubroy just to get that pass away. Now MacArthur going cross ice, wide open. Big save by Seibel. Now DuBroy through the neutral zone. He lost the puck, though, and the puck goes out of play into the Voodoos bench. And that'll bring us to our mid-period break here on the Frontline Game Day broadcast. It's Courtney and Harrison, and we'll be back with more on the other side of this.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
And we welcome you back inside the Powassan Sportsplex here. It's 1-0 Powassan after an absolute gorgeous goal by Caden Cowell to get the scoring off here just a few moments later. Also, Mike Brown, our camera operator, on hand as usual. It is his birthday. And Cassie Millen, who's running our social media tonight as well. So if you want to see some great shots of the game, go and check out the Frontline Pod's story on Instagram. Usually you're doing that, Harrison.
Yeah, we've been shifting around positions a little bit tonight, and just like the Voodoos have been shifting their lines around as well, we've seen Caleb Dawson on the top line a little bit more. As you said, Carl, DeBroy, and Gunnar have been putting up absolute numbers. So you got to try different things out every now and again.
Yeah, you just got to find what works for you best. And the Voodoos are definitely in kind of blender mode to start the season. Hasn't been the start I think anyone would admit that they've wanted or they envisioned after coming off a NOJHL Finals appearance last year, but they've started to turn things around lately. And now, coming in as the heated rivalry against the Timmins Rock. Again, Voodoos 0-10 in the last 10 here at home against Timmins, including playoffs. So the Voodoos looking, history's not on their side, but they're looking for something good here. Beard tried a sharp angle chance, it didn't get through. Now to the far side, Powassan picks it up. That's to Box, sends it down the ice. Secord with it. Near side to Poole, back to Secord. Down the ice again. Near side, Rive. Got across ice quickly to Coleman. Coleman gains the red line, dumps it in. Riley just punches it into the corner. Now Dawson tried to pick it up on the near side half wall, but the puck's past him, but not out as Rive gets it in and keeps it in. Rive now takes Poole hard into the corner, and Clayton picks it up, gets it out to the neutral zone. Kratz quickly up ice for Nolan. Good to see him back out there. As the puck again, near side, Poole and Dawson collide. Misa in there as well. Timmins comes out of their own zone, goes down the ice, flips it in, and that'll go for a delayed offside, so Powassan is able to pick it up in their own zone. Rive tries to get around his man, knocks him down in the process, but the puck quickly back into Voodoos territory. Rive battling with Nyman. Nyman got to it. And now Armitage walking in. Gets across ice. Nifty little pass there. Just didn't work as the wires got a little bit mixed up for Timmins. Kratz up for Pelche. Pelche would have been in all alone if the puck had reached him. And now a stoppage in play here as Riley just covers up the puck.
The Voodoos have figured out the gap that Timmins are creating very early. That as soon as the Voodoos are getting any sort of possession in their zone, they're sending a forward up fast, splitting the defense, and finding a lot of success so far that way.
It's up to see if the Voodoos can react as quickly as Timmins has. Pelche has the puck. Now he's battling for it behind the net. Pelche still battling for possession. Got it to Russo, though. Russo in the corner. Back for Pelche. Pelche walks out front. Got the puck out front, but no one was there as Cowell had gone to the other side of the net. Now Timmins takes another chance. And that one's wide of the net. Cowell on the near side. Got the puck to the blue line, but not out. Now to Callaway has it. To Callaway does get the puck out, but Albert picks it up quickly. Albert through the neutral zone. It's up and down the ice. That should go for icing against Timmins. It does, as DeCallaway's the first one back, and now Powassan will get an offensive zone draw once again.
Well, we've had a very fast and furious period. The shot clock still remains fairly low. 6 in terms of shots on goal for the guests, 4 for the home team. One of them, of course, going in. So despite the offense being generated, not a lot of pucks are finding the netminders.
Coleman kept the line, but he couldn't quite get the puck in deep, and now Timmins sends the puck down the ice. DeBox picks it up in his own zone, flips it behind the net. Coleman picks it up on the near side. Dawson Coleman through the neutral zone quickly, gains the red line, flips it in cross ice, and coming in now is Call along with Secord. Call gets the puck, can't quite center it though, And now MacArthur got the puck and down the ice. MacArthur in a foot race with the box. It's rolling in. Seibel pokes it away. Another chance in front. Oh, it just bounces wide of the net. MacArthur back to Poole. Poole at the blue line. Gets it back for MacArthur. And that'll go for offside as the linesman by the Voodoos bench calls it offside.
And that was as close of a chance that Timmins has had in a while, getting right up in Seibel's grill, but are able to turn it away. Timmins just keeping up the pressure, getting more and more chances close to the net. Voodoos so far doing a good job of defending that, but you got to crack down on that so one doesn't go in.
Cowell, or Ellard, I should say, off the draw. Rive flips it out of the zone and hits a body, though, so it doesn't go that far. Now Ellard in. It's a 2-on-1 out front. Bradley with a chance. He scores! Heath Bradley with his first goal of the NOJHL. What a moment for 21 in green. It's 2-0 Powassan.
And that's that continued success on the breakout. An excellent effort to bring the puck up the ice. Bradley does a terrific job of getting open, uses that foot speed to find himself in optimal position and slides at 5-hole, gets the goalie moving, and gets the Voodoos up 2-0. An outstanding play.
Outstanding play indeed, and we'd be remiss if we didn't mention Caleb Ellard's effort on that play as well, to get that puck over to Bradley, get it in and get it over to him.
Some excellent hustle.
As now there's a Timmins player down on the ice, a delayed penalty coming against Powassan. As the Voodoos and Rocks continue to play on the delayed penalty, now it will be a penalty against the Voodoos here. So Timmins will go to their first power play.
And that was a big check along the boards. It will be, I believe it is.
I have a visitor here in the booth right next to me. He's
hi, Sarge.
he's having a pretty good time, I would say. He was holding up a microphone like he was trying to talk on the game, but I don't know. You want to see some stats? We got some stats for you right there if you want to check them out. There's some good numbers on both sides, but as we get set for another power play here. Do you think you could do better, Sarge? Do you think you'd have better numbers than some of those guys out there? He's unsure.
We've seen the skating. It's pretty good.
Yeah, the skating is pretty good, Sarge. You got a pretty good future on the ice, I think. There you go. Very enjoyable. Thank you, sir. As we're back underway now. Timmins on the power play. Into the corner on the far side. Low with the puck. Sharp angle chance, walking in front of Seibel's net. How they didn't try and jam that one home, as they did get a shot away, but Low on the far side again. Another chance, another save for Austin Seibel, who's been the busier of the two goalies so far. And he's made some solid saves.
So
sorry to cut you off. Sarge isn't in the booth
It's
anymore.
all good. A little bit happened there. We saw Jack Nolan head off out of the box and go to the dressing room for a minor and a game misconduct for checking from behind.
Uh-oh.
So for that, we will see another Voodoo in the box serving that penalty now. It is 2 minutes with 1:15 left.
Nyman with the puck. As it's over to Low. Now Liu gets the puck knocked off his stick by Russo, but the puck does come cross ice to MacArthur. MacArthur, sharp angle now, good chance as it comes out. Pelche tried to swipe at it, it doesn't come out. Less than a minute on the power play. Nyman to Low. Another chance there. MacArthur takes a shot, and that one's blocked by DeBox. MacArthur goes cross ice to Low. Lucas Lowe, who leads the Rock in points, scoring with 18, gets it back for MacArthur. Nyman on the other side, another chance. That one's turned aside by Seibel. MacArthur with the puck as it's been all in the Voodoo zone. As another shot misses the net. Pelche gets to it. He finally dumps the puck down. 1.5 minutes spent entirely in Voodoo's territory on that power play.
A very long shift for the penalty killers, getting in front of pucks as best as they could, getting lucky on a few errant shots, but so far a good kill. 10 seconds left in the penalty.
Another chance here as puck comes out. Clayton sends it in. Seibel plays it. And we're back to 5-on-5 as the Voodoos try an outlet pass that won't go for icing, as they were trying to get Bradley, who was in the box. Hey, you go from scoring your first NOJHL goal to the sacrificial lamb to stand in the penalty box on that one as Seibel makes another save, but The Voodoos tried to hit Bradley, but because he wasn't out of the box just yet, it didn't count for icing.
Yep, and overall, a very good kill from Powassan, getting thrown into an unfortunate circumstance after going up 2-0, but they look completely unfazed by it. Play basically exactly how you're supposed to. Get your body in front of the puck, keep the puck outside, and even though it was a long shift, it was effective.
To Callaway with the puck in his own zone off the draw up for Cowell. Cowell goes cross ice. It's kicked aside, though, by the Rock, and back on the attack they go. McClellan on the near side. Gets it in deep as McClellan takes a bit of a hard hit from Cowell. And now Russo got it up for Cowell. Not out, though, as Albert's able to keep it in. Russo flipped it up for Pelche. Now Cowell gets it into Rock territory. Russo chasing it down. Has Secord all over him. Gets to the puck, though, on the far side. Back to the blue line. And it's out and down the ice as it hopped over Rotundo's stick. Now Cowell tips it in deep, so no icing there, and he'll go off for a quick change. And the Rock with the puck again in their own zone. That's Albert down the ice for McClellan. McClellan tried to get around Rive. The puck held up by the official in the corner, though, as it might have helped Powassan momentarily as the puck now in front of Seibel. It's down there in that danger zone. Both teams going after it, and now we'll get a call here. Another delayed penalty. As it's going to go for high sticking, I believe, against the Rock.
Yep, and it will be another power play for the Voodoos, with Marincola going to the box for the high stick. Voodoos look really good on their first opportunity in the Rock zone with the man advantage, getting quite a few shots towards the net, favoring the blocker side, and as we saw, the first goal by Call went past.
Misa tried to keep the line. He's run over. Now the puck out. It's a chance here, shorthanded for Timmins, walking in. And Armitage with a chance, kicked aside by Seibel, and now that's going to go for slashing against Powassan. So that was a short-lived power play for the Voodoos. And now we'll get some 4-on-4 action.
Bit more space on this already small ice here for both teams, 4-on-4. We have not yet seen that, but both of these teams have been playing extremely fast. I can only expect that the pace is going to pick up here.
One would have to think for sure. It's only going to be about a 10-second power play for the Rock. When the 4-on-4 expires. Now it's Kratz in his own zone. Kratz with some speed. He's got some sneaky good speed to his game. Kratz down the ice. Got it to the near side. Pelche has it as well. Now he's knocked off of his stick. And Beard sends it down the ice, goes cross ice. Rive, good play there to knock it away. Pelche got it up for Kratz. Kratz with a little flip. As now Rive has his stick thrown from his hands. Another chance. Kratz out front. His pass could not connect with Pelche, though. And now a good stick there by Cowell knocks it away from the Rock. His puck, as he was trying to hit Pelche, just rolls in onto Riley, and he's just going to cover it up. 1:48 left in this first period. It's 2-0 Powassan.
The Voodoos so far getting a couple of solid opportunities off the rush. That's how they've been finding success with their 2 goals in this game. We see Crash with some speed cutting in. A nice passing opportunity, but Timmins does do a good job.
Chance there off the draw. Cowell scores! Oh my goodness, what a play by Caleb Dawson off the draw. He got it to Caden Cowell, and Cowell has his second of the game and second of the period.
Well, there you go. 4-on-4 leads to a 3-0 lead for the Voodoos. It's that shot blocker side going far glove once again, beating Riley. And on the 6th shot of the game, they now have a 3-0 lead. That's exactly the type of start you need in a game like this if you are the Voodoos.
50% shooting rate. Can't get much hotter unless you're 100%, I guess. MacArthur walks in, had the puck knocked away from him, though. And Callaway gets it quickly down the ice again. Once again, Voodoos going for it. Rotundo with a nifty little move to get around his man, but he's knocked off the puck. Now Lowe picks it up. Dawson battling for Albert. Another chance. The 2 former Trappers picking up on points on that. Lowe walks cross ice. He's knocked off the puck by Cowell, and then Rotundo just overskated the puck. DeCallaway gets the puck out, though. Secord with it on the far side, near side to MacArthur. MacArthur over for Lowe. 30 seconds of 4-on-4 left. We're into the final minute, though. Secord keeps it in, throws it towards the net. Seibel found it, as that one was tipped slowly on net. Sometimes those one can kind of handcuff a goalie a little bit, but Caden Cowell and Caleb Dawson, both former U18 Trappers, they won a championship together, so the chemistry's there.
Yep, draw back, quick shot, and into the back of the net. You need to have your timings down. You need to know where your guys are with certainty in order to pull off a play like that. That's where chemistry takes time, and we see it in full effect there.
Quickly off the draw, the Voodoos send it all the way back down the ice, so that'll be an icing call now. And Timmins will get another offensive zone draw. 23 seconds left of 4-on-4 hockey. It's 3-0 Powassan.
And despite the 3-0 lead, the Rock have hardly seemed out of it. They've got 11 shots on the net. Seibel's seen most of them and being aided by his defense, but the Rock are more than capable of keeping up this pressure.
Pelche knocked off the puck on the far side. Good chance here as Timmins sets up shop. Nyman goes cross ice as now it's a shorthanded chance for the Voodoos. Pelche down the ice. Pelche takes the shot, and Riley makes the save as the Rock got to 5 attackers on the ice there quickly, and then the Voodoos quickly down the ice the other way.
And the Rock with a forced turnover in the Voodoos zone. Try to set up. The Voodoos do a good job of collapsing, and then keeping up that board side blue line pressure has done them wonders so far in this opening frame.
And we're back to 5-on-5 hockey as Cowell, another little steal at the blue line, but he lost the puck quickly. Now it's to Clayton. Clayton has the puck. He's got it over to the box, but it's quickly behind the net now for Timmins as the puck is in the slot and settled down by Dawson. Now Cowell going the other way. Cowell takes another chance. It's just there in the blue paint and turned aside as Cowell's shot on the backhand was knocked away by Riley. That will do it here for the opening 20, though, as the Voodoos find themselves up 3-0 on 8 shots on goal in that one. Harrison, how are we feeling after the opening 20?
Well, you got to feel really good if you're cheering for the Voodoos, if you are the Voodoos, because that could not have gone more textbook. Your special teams executed, your penalty kill looks solid, your netminder is staying on his toes, and you're finding ways, and not just a one trick to beat the opponent's defense. I think if you're Powassan, there's not much more you got to talk about except let's keep it going in the locker room.
Couldn't have said it better myself. We'll take a quick break here throughout this intermission, and we'll be back with more Voodoos hockey on the other side of the first intermission. I'm Courtney Kenny, he's Harrison Clements, and once again, we'll be back with more on the other side of this.
Why is Northern Honda servicing more cars of all makes and models? Let's count the ways. 1. Our state-of-the-art facility has award-winning technicians. 2. Northern Honda has the lowest tire price guarantee, no matter what you drive. 3. The lowest synthetic oil change guarantee, and every 5th oil change is free for all makes and models. Plus, new Honda buyers get brake pads for life. See the service difference at Northern Honda, 1250 Seymour beside Home Depot.
The Goalie Resiliency Podcast, hosted by Chris Dawson and Dr. Rob Graham. With player interviews new and old, goalie insights, and everything you need to know about being a netminder, this is the podcast to check out. You can subscribe at youtube.com/goalie resiliency or instagram.com/goalie_resiliency.
The other one that I'm thinking of, if we're talking about one-season wonders, even though it was a great season, I think number 9, I'm going to go and dip into the 2019-20 season and bring out Gregory Trudeau-Paquette.
Yeah, there was a guy really, when you go look at our team that year, I think the closest team I could think of to that team, maybe we had a little better goaltending. Sorry, Edmonton, but it was almost him and Parker Bowman, another name, and I'm spoiling. You'll hear his name soon in this list, but I kind of looked at Parker with his speed and how he was able to shoot on the fly and do so many things in full stride. He really reminded me of like the Connor McDavid of the NOJHL, and I really think that it's too bad that he didn't get an opportunity to play Major Junior, because he definitely had the tools to play major junior hockey. But man, was he fun to watch. And then you had the gritty guy, great compliment, just like Draisaitl and McDavid. Parker Bowman was kind of the more grittier guy, who great shot, so I loved it. I mean, he came back and played college hockey, was going to go play pro in Europe. Things just didn't work out for him after COVID, but he had an incredible year in the ACHA, where same school that Cameron Lemke's going to, and I think he's got a pretty tough shoes to fill with Gregory, because I think Gregory averaged over 2 points a game in his one season. He was definitely a special player, and that was a real great trade that we were able to bring him in from Kirkland Lake that summer.
I remember watching him in that Kirkland Lake series too, that we talked about with Joe Verbetic and net, where I was like, man, this guy can fly. Him and Sam Elwood seemed to be, the top two guys, and then you guys go out and get both of them.
Can't beat him, join him, right?
But you did beat him.
Yes, we did eventually, yeah.
I guess they joined you then. For number 8, this is where we're going to kind of I'm going to lean on your expertise a little bit, but I think we're going to go with the defenseman here. As we were talking beforehand, I didn't even think of this guy until you brought up his name, but Dayton Murray.
Yeah, Dayton Murray still does a bit of part-time scouting for us in Western Canada. So, what a special find he was. He was really a guy that, was playing for the Temiskaming Titans, and I think maybe met Scott Ray when Scott was working part-time at Skaters, at our friends at Source for Sports. We started to have a conversation after he had a really good year in Temiskaming, and man, oh man, there wasn't another Voodoo that could shoot a puck like Dayton Murray. And of course, not only did he come in and have a great season with us, he ended up playing, a handful of games with the battalion as a free agent from Alberta. So that, he had to go through waivers through the Western Hockey League, and then he had to, the OHL took him. So, I even think, talking to John Dean about it, that maybe Dayton Murray should have been a guy on that power play, because they didn't have a guy like him. But of course, it's hard to go take an affiliate who's not a drafted player and put him on the power play. But man, oh man, could he shoot a puck.
I remember him, Eric Nagy, and Bo Pelche all playing games that season for the battalion. So that's how beleaguered the battalion were at one point due to injuries and all that stuff. But that's the same season I think Steve Harlan came up. Or I might be ahead a year or two, but
no. Steve left the year. Dayton came the following year.
Okay, so Steve was still on the battalion when Dayton came up, but that would have been his overage season. So, so I think Steve came up. Yeah, that's right. Steve played his OA year, the year that they missed the playoffs, but he was still a bright spot on that team.
Absolutely.
Who do you think we should throw out there for number 7?
Well, I think one, you just mentioned him a little bit, was a guy named Eric Nagy, captain of a championship team. Played, I think 3 seasons with us. So, he was there. He paid his dues. He was, again, not a guy, known for his offensive play, but a quiet leader. I'd look at him as kind of a guy like Justin Brazo. Never took a night off. Worked his, butt off. And obviously things worked out tremendous for him as he ended up, being the captain of our championships team in 2017. And I remember him saying how happy he was that he came back for that special year. And, he came in and met some of the guys, came up from his home in Central Ontario and came and watched our playoff run. And, it's great. He's definitely got to be someone in there. You're not going to see him on the stats, but, when you go look at the type of player, if you ask a coach like Scott Ray about Eric Nagy, I'm sure he would be saying, and Scott was only there 3 years, he would have him in his top 5 of players for sure.
I think, if the season had never been, for our next list, we'll go with number 6. I think if the season had never been canceled because of our buddy COVID, I think this guy would have crept higher up in the list, but I got to give it to Thomas Yachmanev at this point at number 6.
Yeah, what a special player. Thomas came in and, really came in as a 17-year-old who wasn't sure if he was going to play AAA with the Trappers. Guy Blanchard really wanted him to play in the Trappers, but I thought he was too good. And, talking to Max Gavin too, we've thought that he was pretty special. So he came in that 18-19 year, was a very good player and spent 3 seasons with us. And, what a quiet leader, brought a different element, was taught the game his mom's from North Bay, Tina, and obviously Vitaly's his dad who played here, but there's just an element of his game that was a bit different for the fact that he grew up in and played his minor hockey in Russia. Just some of the skill plays that he made were just different than you would see from a Canadian kid. And the one play I remember fondly, and I think if we were going to do a top 10 plays of the 10 years, is a sweeping backhand poke check shorthanded. And he goes in and puts the puck between his legs and beats the goalie. Now the score wasn't very. It was already 8-0, so it wasn't like an overtime winner. But man, it was just that sweeping poke check and then the fancy finish to it. But he just had a special way about him, and wasn't the biggest guy, and probably the only reason that kept him away from playing NCAA Division I was for his size, he had to be a bit of a better skater. But man, oh man, what a talented guy! Guy saw the ice so well, and and a treat to watch. And I know a lot of fans, and I know you would have remembered the one overtime shootout winner against Timmins. And he came up to center ice and did the bow. And I will say too, he is the best voodoo player of all time to sport a bow tie.
Yeah, every game. Every game without fail, he wore a bow tie. It was fantastic to watch. I was going to mention that overtime winner, but I think that game 2 was against French River, the play you were talking about, and I think that was he scored 8 points that night. That's how ridiculous he was.
Yeah. Well, it was the guys before you, I think it was Jordan Pearson and Jerry Mathias, they couldn't keep up how many goals. I think Jordan lost track. Is that a hat trick goal? No, that's 4 goals. So he was scoring so much that you can't keep track. That means you're definitely doing something right.
It's tough. I remember doing the public address for that game, and I was just like, okay, well, know who it is again. I think for 5 and 4, we got to give it to 2 guys that one held the record, but he has a championship on his resume, and the other guy came in as a walk-on in camp and broke the records, and that's going to be Nate McDonald and Owen Say. I think you got to talk about one and talk about the other kind of thing back to back on a list
absolutely.
like this.
Nate McDonald was a guy who came in, and he came in as a backup goalie to start, and knew he was probably going to have to pay his dues and get a certain amount of games, but knew that nothing was going to be handed to him, and he worked hard. Some things worked out well. Our older goalie that year, Owen Liskowicz, kind of struggled out of the gate, and we ended up moving him. And Nate kind of took the opportunity and took the bull by the horns and really took over the role as the number 1 goalie. And man, oh man, 26-game winning streak. Went to the CHL prospect game, played against a guy named Cale McCarr in that game. And
who's he?
Yes, and then obviously was in net for all our 13 straight or 12 straight wins in the NOJHL championship year. So yeah, what a first-class young man. Went on to play in Cornell. Kind of got the bum's rush after his 4th year. Transferred to Michigan State, and Michigan State cans the coach that tries to commit to him with this new portal thing, which is almost like a trade wire, where players could go in NCAA and move on to different schools at different times in their NCAA career. And the new coach subsequently calls him and says, "I'm decommitting to you." And he was panicking to try to find a spot. Went to Guelph, didn't have the greatest year there, and just decided he wanted to get into to goalie coaching. And now he's giving back. Now he's a battalion assistant coach.
Welcome to the Clubhouse by Gateway Golf. Located on Oak Street East in North Bay, with over 200 plus real-time courses, simulator arcade games, and delicious eats, the Clubhouse is North Bay's newest social hangout. You can book times now at gatewaygolf.ca or come visit at 245 Oak Street East in North Bay, Ontario.
The Goalie Resiliency Podcast, hosted by Chris Dawson and Dr. Rob Graham. With player interviews new and old, goalie insights, and everything you need to know about being a netminder, this is the podcast to check out. You can subscribe at youtube.com/goalie-resiliency or instagram.com/goalie_resiliency.
And we welcome you back inside the Powassan Sportsplex for period number 2 as the Voodoos and Timmins Rock get set for the middle frame. We'll quickly take you around the NOJHL. And after 20 minutes of play, the Sioux Thunderbirds are leading the Iroquois Falls Storm 3-2. Kirkland Lake, after 20 minutes, are up 1-0 on French River. And Blind River so far shutting out Elliott Lake 2-0, while Hearst is up 1-0 on the Sioux Eagles halfway through the first period. I'm Courtney Kenny, pleased to be joined by Harrison Clements. And Harrison, I know you have your phone ready to go, so take it away, sir.
Well, we had 3 goals in the opening period. First one scored by Caden Cowell, assisted by Justin Rousseau and Nathan Peltier. Second goal, a couple minutes later, by Heath Bradley, assisted by Caleb Allard and the new guy, Garrick Denchuk. And then towards the end of the period, we had another one by Cowell, assisted by number 10, Caleb Dawson.
New guy.
Already putting points on the board.
Yeah, can't complain with that. As we're just set for the opening draw here in period number 2. And the Rock win it back. The Voodoos in their home greens are going right to left this period, or left to right this period, I should say. And the Rock and the Road Whites are going right to left. We also have a new goaltender in net as Graham G is in net. Harrison can give you all the stats on him at our next break. Wearing the Marc-Andre Fleury yellow pads, which is fitting considering it was just a week here to honor the Flower in Pittsburgh. Great game, or great effort by the Penguins in that game and the Penguins faithful. Nyman with the puck down his own zone. It's quickly to the blue line for Kratz. Kratz's shot is blocked. And one thing you want to do when there's a new goalie, as we're getting an icing call here, is get shots on goal quickly. Take it away, Harrison.
Well, not many are getting past Graham G this year, as he has 3 wins, 1 loss with a 1.54 goals against and a 921 save percentage. Truly impressive numbers, especially over 4 games. And it's not like the Rock have been facing slouches in competition. They've been going up against the best of the best and still putting up numbers. And G looking to even the tide here for the Rock against the storming Voodoos.
Well, the Voodoos again up 3-0 after 20 minutes of play. And the Rock quickly into Voodoos territory. No, it's a delayed offside, so they had to wait. Rotundo down the ice. It's kicked aside by Albert. As now the Rock going back into Voodoos territory. Taking the shot. Seibel with the kick save. And it's kept in by the Rock. And the Rock still have it. Albert. Another chance kicked aside by Seibel again. As the goaltender has been busy. Pelche gets the puck down the ice and he goes for a quick change. As Cowell and him have been out for a minute and a half. Now the Voodoos with some new reinforcements out there. MacArthur sends the puck cross ice. And it's kept in by Beard on the far side. Now MacArthur again with the puck. Back to the point. Secord with it. Secord threw it cross ice. Albert kept it in. Now a chance here. Beard is turned aside by the body of a Voodoo player in front of the net. Now MacArthur on the near side half wall. Battling for it. Albert tripped up, but I think he fell of his own accord on that one, so no call. Now Gunner gets the puck to the blue line and out. He got it up for call, but it's picked off by Albert as he read that one perfectly. Dumps that one in cross ice. Rotundo goes to get after it. Rotundo with the puck. Lots of play so far through the first almost 2.5 minutes played in the Voodoo's own zone. Now Call sends it in. Guy played it to his defenseman. Sefton looking to go cross ice. He does. The Rock player was knocked off the puck on a hit by Coleman. Now on the far side again. Voodoos get it out, but not for long as it's dumped back in by the Rock. Now to box on the near side. His wires crossed up with Seibel, but he was able to get it out. Boyle Dumped it back into box with it. Quick little pass between him and his partner. And now Bradley, one of the goal scorers in that first frame, sends the puck down the ice. Rock going the other way again. Tremblay with the shot. That one was tipped towards the net, but it went wide, as that would have been a pretty play for Timmins if they were able to get that one past Seibel. Good block there by the Voodoos. Now Bradley carries the puck out of his zone. Bradley gets around his man into Rock territory, but the puck rolled off his stick. And now Marincola in alone takes the shot. He scores! Marincola with a nice goal, his 4th of the season for Timmins, as he roofed that one over Seibel's glove.
And a little bit too much forward pressure for the Voodoos ends up costing them, as Marincola finds himself alone at neutral ice, gets a near breakaway, and picks the high glove of Seibel to bring the Rock within 2. A perfectly placed shot on a really nice pass and rushing play by Timmins.
Marincola, he has 7 points and now 11 games played. He's looked good for the Rock. As far side, the Rock try to get back on the attack again. Now Dubroy has the puck under his skate, and he nearly fell over. Timmins with all sorts of pressure here to start the opening or second frame, trying to chip into that 3-0 lead. Well, they have at least once right now. It's now 3-1. Misa behind the net to Rive. Rive got it up for Dawson. Dawson flips it out of the zone, just out of the reach of Secord. And Dubroy gets to it, sends it in deep for Misa. Misa along the far side, battling for the puck. It comes loose. Timmins picks it back up. Going the other way, sent in cross ice by the Rock. Rotundo takes a hit on the near side half wall, and he picks up the puck. Rotundo tips the puck back for Pelche. Pelche tips it out. Dawson bats at it and got it down the ice for Russo, but it was quickly off his stick again. Now Rotundo pokes it up, and Pelche going the other way. Pelche walking in. He's knocked hard into the boards by Secord, who takes him off his skates. Now Rotundo faked the shot, took the pass cross ice. It didn't get to Cowell, but now it's to Russo. Russo sends it back into the corner. Cowell wasn't there. Puck back to the point for DeCalloway, takes the shot, and that one might have just hit the side of Guy's pads. And now he's just going to cover up, and we'll get a face-off here in Timmins territory.
Voodoos keeping up the pressure after that goal, not being slowed down at all. Some decent puck movement within the zone, but overall, Timmins has made things difficult for them. And Timmins really gained the advantage on that goal as soon as the Powassan Voodoos' defensive strategy kind of fell apart. They were happy to play 4 back along the blue line in the neutral zone.
MacArthur walks in, takes a shot. That one went well high and wide of the net. Go ahead, Harrison.
Well, they're kind of switching to the 1-4-checker, 4 along back on the blue line, and that was really stopping the Rock effectively. But the second that broke down, Timmins saw the gap and took full advantage.
Yeah, Timmins has looked more dangerous in this opening few moments here. As the shot out front is blocked aside. Down the near side out front. Good chance there for Beard. Another big save by Seibel. As Beard had a gorgeous opportunity there. Now he tries to take a shot from the slot, and that one's blocked by a Voodoo. Call can't get the puck out. Now Coleman does, but Nyman quickly sends it right back in. And that's going to be a delayed penalty now called against the Voodoos.
Rock continuing to pick up momentum here. We saw that they had a really, really effective power play. The Voodoos were able to kill it off, but they had like sustained minute and a half zone pressure, multiple shots on net, and the Voodoos frankly getting lucky on a couple of those shots in the first man advantage for the Rock. And with this added momentum here, this added offensive zone pressure, the Rock are in prime position to bring this within 1.
Could you say it's like a rock rolling down a hill?
Indeed.
Lowe off the draw, gets it back to the point for Nyman. Nyman threw it out front. Now Lowe goes cross ice chance here. Seibel with another save, as he's now made 15 saves on 16 shots, and the Voodoos only have 8 on the board.
Yet to get a shot on goal in this period, mind you. So far, the Rock have just been finding everything towards the net, but as you said, Seibel's looked fantastic. His tracking has been perfect even through traffic.
The only shot was a goal scorer's shot that beat him over the glove, as Pelche tried to dump the puck off the glass, and it's into the netting and out of play. And we'll get a stoppage here.
Just a few seconds into the power play, but Voodoo's keeping things to the outside, getting sticks in the way. Rock haven't got a clean look yet.
Low won the draw, but Pelche picks it up, sends it down the ice, and that'll kill off some time. 1:30 left on the man advantage for Timmins as Nyman has the puck from his own zone. The captain of the Rock down the ice. And now Pelche and Russo collide as they took the puck away from Nyman at the neutral zone, and it's covered up by Seibel.
Jamming up the neutral zone, that kills Timmins' momentum really effectively there. Sends the puck in towards Seibel. Yes, it's another offensive zone draw, but if you can chip seconds away with no real clean looks, that's a great way to kill off a penalty.
1:26 left on that penalty, and the Rock nearly sent it out of the zone themselves. Beard kept it in. Kelly back for Beard. Beard throws the puck into the corner. It's picked up by Armitage on the far side. As now back to Beard. Beard in deep for Armitage. Tried the pass out front. Rotundo read that one well, and it was picked off, but not for long as Kelly picks it back up. Seibel shovels it into the corner. Armitage with the puck. Over to the far side. Beard couldn't quite hold on, though, and the Voodoos send the puck down the ice to Callaway. Going to rush off for a quick change. 40 seconds left on the man advantage now. Sire down the ice. Left for Beard. Beard to Sire at the point. Walking the line to Kelly. Back to Beard. Backhands it to Sire. Sire nearly lost it, though. There's now a couple of Voodoos on the ice, and the Rock get it on net. Seibel makes another save. The puck was loose for a second there. And now we get a bit of a pile up in front of the net there, but quickly dissolved by the referees.
The Rock have been really focusing on shooting low along the pads, trying to either force something through low or create rebounds because they found more and more space in the house and able to get those sticks on it. Seibel's been able to track it, but is creating more dangerous and sketchier opportunities for Timmins.
Another draw won by Lowe in the offensive zone. Nyman at the blue line. His pass off the stick of his mate. Now the puck to Kratz, sends it down the ice. Blocked there, though, and kept back in by Secord. Now the puck out front, they score! And you had to think that was coming as Timmins scores in the final seconds of the man advantage. It's now 3-2.
Shot goes wide, hits handily off the back glass, and then pops right to the near slot, and that's as dangerous of a chance as Timmins is going to get, and they make no mistake on it. It seems like a couple of Voodoos lost it, thought that the puck was down along Seibel's pads, and there's just a clean shot from the Rock, and this is a one-goal game converting on that power play.
Clark Scadden, his second of the season, 4 games played for Timmins so far. As now we got another draw here. And the referee's talking to some of the players there as Cowell was getting into it a little bit. Off the draw. Now sent back into Voodoo's territory. The Voodoos have to turn this momentum around at some point, as Timmins have had all the momentum here. They've yet to get a shot on goal. It's so far 8-0 on the shot clock this period. Puck out front, another chance, and that one's blocked by Timmins' own player. That was McClellan who had the block inadvertently, as that could have very well quickly tied the game. Far side now, Kratz with the puck, sends it down the ice. Cowell gets it down for Pelche. Pelche on the far side, lost the handle of it though, and that's been the way that this period has gone for Powassan. No extended zone time as they've lost the puck quickly. Now a good chance here as Rive gets it up for Cowell. Now back to Rive. Rive walking in. Rive takes the shot. Guy with the save, as that'll be the first shot on goal by Powassan, and that's the first test for Guy. And again, we talked about it off the hop. That's kind of something when you get a new goalie in the net, you want to test him out early. And Guy's just been allowed to settle into this game with no shots on goal.
An extended warm-up.
The Callaway tips it in past Sefton, chasing after it. Albert to it. Now Dubroy has it. Dubroy sends it around behind, is picked up by Timmins. Misa's right there, though. Sefton picks it back up. Now back out to the near side is a quick pass to MacArthur. MacArthur into Voodoo's territory, threw it towards the net. It's blocked up as the Callaway tied his man up. Now MacArthur again. Back to the point. Walking the line. Sire has it. Sends it towards the net. That one missed wide. And it nearly bounced out to a dangerous spot. Another chance tipped off a Rock player and out of play. So we'll get a stoppage here with 10:36 left in the second period. This game has changed dramatically. It was 3-0 at the start of this period. It's now 3-2 for Powassan.
Timmins just keeping it up on the rush, getting lots of opportunity there. We see Marin Cole is just absolutely dangerous, finding opportunities, whether it's a clean shot towards the net or finding a teammate who's within close passing range. Timmins is just keeping up the pressure.
Voodoos nearly got away with one there as Call rushed the blue line, nearly made something happen, but Timmins was able to keep it in. Now they send the puck down the ice. Call in a foot race. Call into the corner. Tried to tip it out front. It is picked up, though, by Bradley, who did have a goal in the first period. His first in the NOJHL, mind you. Now DeBox battling with MacArthur on the near side. MacArthur takes a shot, throws that one wide. And the puck sent right back in. Timmins keeps it in. Sire lost it, though, as the Voodoos send it down the ice. And that one catches an edge. No icing, though, they say, as Poole picks it up. 9:45 on the clock here in the second period. 3-2 Powassan leads. Timmins leads shots 19-9, though. And now Sire sends it far side, cross ice. Kratz up for Call. Call's a nice little pass. Finds Ellard. Ellard flips it in. Denchuk chasing after it. Denchuk got it to Ellard, who tries to throw it on net. He does. Guy with a couple of saves as the Voodoos got a couple of whacks on it, but Guy, his first real test of this period, covers it up. That will bring us to our mid-period break, though. So we will be back with more Voodoos hockey on the other side of this.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
Through the first 10 minutes and change, it's been all Timmins in the second period, scoring 2 unanswered goals after the Voodoos got 3 unanswered in the first period to make this game 3-2 for Powassan so far. Harrison, it might be gut clench time, and it's only the second period.
Yeah, this is not how you wanted your second period to start if you're Powassan. Everything is going your way to start off the initial 20, and then Timmins comes out with the pressure, shreds your neutral zone, pounds you in the defensive zone, gets the puck moving, and gets too quickly on the board. They've held you to 2 shots halfway through the period, and that cannot be how you continue this game. Guy has not really had any new tests except for this stoppage here, which was a weird bouncing puck, but he's able to stay on top of that. If you're the Voodoos, this is the longest you've been in the Timmins zone.
And most of it was mid-period break. Cowell now with the puck off the draw, though, in the near side corner. Gets it back to Kratz at the point. Kratz goes cross ice, and no one was there, so now Timmins going back on the attack. Russo nearly got a good stick lift, though, there on Jack Kelly. And it's back, sent in towards the net. That one just goes wide of the net. That was a dangerous chance for Timmins. Nyman back towards the net. Seibel had a poke at it, but it went wide of his net. Battling on the near side wall. Puck comes to the blue line and out. Now Secord chasing after it. 8:40 left in the second. It's 3-2. Powassan's gotten a whole 2 shots on net so far. As now the linesmen, Rive and Armitage, all kind of collide on the blue line. And who says if you're a referee, it's not a contact sport? Down the ice, Albert picks it up, though, at the red line for Timmins. Russo tried to just kind of bowl his way through, but Timmins back on the attack. The Rock with a chance. Lowe gets to it. On the near side, Lowe walks out, found his man, and the puck hopped over his stick, or else that would have been a grade A chance for Timmins. Cowell didn't have the legs to catch up to it, though, and Timmins going the other way once again. Rive with Armitage on the near side. Rive comes away with the puck. Now it's Kelly out front. Good chance there, but bouncing puck couldn't settle down. Gunner chasing after it. It's over the stick of Albert and into the neutral zone. Now Russo is at the end of his shift. Had the puck roll away from him. And the puck once again out front. It's knocked away, though, from Lowe. Gunner going cross ice. He finds Call. And now Russo will get a chance to get off the ice finally. Call knocked down. Big hit. As Lowe gets to it now. Lowe tried to get the puck out front. Dubois sends it around. And it's all the way down to the Timmins zone. And that'll go for icing. And we'll get another stoppage here.
Voodoos clearing out a bit more effectively there, getting a couple of rushes, but Timmins all over it, stripping the puck at the neutral zone and getting time after time, chance after chance on the rush here. Seibel's been the saving grace so far, still facing just under 20 shots so far in the game.
Austin Seibel, again, really bringing some calming presence to that crease for the Voodoos early in the season, as he came in at the end of September. As the Voodoos look to get their feet under them early in the season. Call with the puck. Gets the puck down the ice for Gunner. Gunner couldn't quite get it in deep, though. Now it's picked up by Dubois. Dubois walks in, takes a sharp angle shot. And that one's gloved down by Guy. And that'll be a stoppage here again. Now the Voodoos will get a chance with an offensive zone draw.
And that's a perfectly good play by Dubois, cutting in, backhand shot, getting the play into the offensive zone, something you've had a severe lack of, getting some fresh legs on and trying to get the puck towards the net a little bit more.
Caden Dubois, one of the most dangerous Voodoos on the ice this season, has 7 goals, leads the team in that category. And of course, with Jack Nolan out of the game, the lines have kind of gone into a bit of a blender, minus that Russo, Pelche, Cowell line. Cowell out here now, though, with Dawson. He scored a goal off the draw from Caleb Dawson. Now Misa, as Cowell has taken that Nolan presence on this line and double shifted. Cowell on the near side. Battling for it in the corner, gets it back to DeBox. DeBox sends it in. It's off the end board. Nearly bounced in off Guy. But the puck just missed him and came out front. Now the Voodoos can't keep it in. DeBox sends it right back in. And Guy plays the puck. Leaving it for his man as he goes and changes. And now it's quickly down the ice again for Timmins. DeBox picks it up in his zone, though. Chips the puck down the ice, was looking for Bradley. Now it's picked up by Danchuk. And down the ice go the Voodoos. Coleman walks in, takes the shot, stopped by Guy. And the puck down on the ice. Now Timmins going the other way. They have a 2-on-1 if they hurry. Marincola takes the shot, Seibel with the save, and it's into the corner. Down the ice again. Rotundo turns around, doesn't like what he sees, sends it up the ice looking for Bradley. He finds him. Bradley sends the puck across the ice. Another chance here, sent on net by Denchuk, and that one is turned aside by Guy. Now another chance here as the Voodoos chase after it in the near side corner. Bradley knocked hard down into the boards by Sire. At 4:50 left here in the second. 3-2, Voodoos still lead. Rotundo gets it to Albert. Another chance here for Bradley. Bradley turns around, gets it over to the near side for Rotundo. Rotundo stops up, threw it towards the net. What a chance there by Powassan, turned aside by Guy. And now it was going to be a delayed high stick, but the Rock must have touched it, so they called it down. Now we're going to get a penalty, I believe.
And that was a nice rushing chance there. A good stick in the neutral zone, forced the 2-on-1 by Rotundo. He floats the puck towards the net. Contact made just a little bit high, and then a bit of rough stuff in the corner, and we will see some players go to the box. It looks like Pone in the box for the Rock side of things.
I think it's Bradley in the box for Powassan, which would make sense. He was right in the thick of things.
Absolutely. So right now there's, looks like 2 up on the board for the Rock, and I imagine we're just waiting for the other 2 to go up for the home team.
Heath Bradley, I have to say, he took the year off of AAA hockey last year, playing for his high school team instead. Played with the U18 Trappers the year that they won the championship. Took a little bit of time to get going, but in the last couple of games, he's looked more and more impressive as the Voodoos are going to go to the power play here with 4.5 minutes left. But Heath Bradley, every game I've seen him play the last little while has been his best game yet kind of thing. Seibel just opting to cover the puck up as Kelly comes in. And now we'll get another stoppage here. 20 shots on goal for Timmins, 14 for the Voodoos. Courtney Kenny pleased to be joined by Harrison Clements in the booth.
And we've had an absolute treat of a game here. A dominant first period by the Voodoos, a staggering return by the Rock, and just continual offense, really nice plays, and excellent saves by all netminders involved.
Kratz slowly from his own zone, throws the puck far side for Cowell. Cowell sends the puck in deep, has to chase after it. Kelly will get there first, though, as now Pelche in there as well. Poole battling for it. It comes out for Pelche. Pelche walking to the front of the net. Another chance, they score! Zabumafu! It's Kratz with his second!
And that's that continual pressure, good sticks on the puck, finding space in front of the net, clean shot from the slot, and these high shots have just been vicious for both teams, beating the goaltenders, and it's just been an absolute onslaught up high, 4-2. And that's, the third, fourth shot actually on net against Guy. And they find success early against the second goaltender in the game for the Rock.
You might want more of a volume of shots on goal, but you can't argue with the Voodoo shooting percentage in this game.
Special teams putting in work.
Both sides, both teams with a power play goal this period. As now the Voodoos find themselves up with a 2-goal lead. Again, it's 4-2. Timmins pressing right off the hop, though. Battling for possession. Timmins does come away with it. And now they lose the puck. Call going the other way. Nifty little move to gain himself some time on the ice. But now he loses the puck, and Lowe picks it back up. Lowe throws the puck towards the net. It misses. Armitage on the far side. Now another chance. Went to the front of the net. It's tipped towards the net, but rather I should say the netting as it goes out of play.
Yep. Giant wall of netting here at the Sportsplex to protect the many people in attendance tonight here at the Powassan Sportsplex. Not much better way to spend a Friday afternoon than watching some great hockey here in Powassan.
Not much better than a Friday night in P-Town.
Absolutely. Especially with teams like this, such tense rivals.
Poole walks the line, throws it towards the net. Never made it to Seibel. Now it's back again. Poole with another chance again. Tipped wide by a Voodoos defender. Now, the Rock with the possession again. Sefton with it. Throws it right back in. Deep in behind the net. Back to Sefton at the blue line. Throws across ice. Now another chance, was looking for the tip towards the net. Couldn't quite get it. Sefton does throw it towards the net. Seibel, calm, cool, and collected, makes a big glove save there as he just watched that one all the way.
And a rare penalty being called that gave the Voodoos that power play. We have a headbutt.
Oh, okay.
Called against McClellan. You don't see that too
No,
often, so I just wanted to point that out.
And he's still in the box. So Bradley's been back on the Voodoos bench. McClellan's still serving some time, apparently. As the Voodoos get the puck down the ice. And we'll have the legs for icing. It will, as it just rolled over that red line in the offensive zone. And the puck sent back down the ice.
For those curious at home, the shots have creeped a little bit closer together. 21 in favor of the Rock, still leading in that category. But the Voodoos up to 15 now, almost doubling their initial shots from the first period.
Russo had the puck, send it around. Now that'll be a penalty against the Rock for tripping. And now we got a few spicy words, we'll say, at the neutral zone face-off draw between the two teams, as that'll be a tripping call against Reese Liu.
And if you're the Voodoos, you take that all day. You've doubled your lead, now leading 4-2. Your special teams have been buzzing. Really effective on the forecheck when given the opportunity, and now with just over 2 minutes left in the period, you have the opportunity to close out strong.
Close out strong, maybe they get another goal here, as if they don't, this will cover the rest of the period. Gunner to Kratz. Our side for Cowell, back to Gunner. Gunner takes a shot through traffic and hits some legs and goes wide. Now the puck sent right back down by Timmins. Seibel plays it, leaves it at the goal line for Kratz. The most recent goal scorer here for Powassan. Marcus Kratz sends the puck in, chases after it. He's been a revelation on the power play so far for Powassan the last couple of games. Russo stops up. Tried to play the puck out front. It was blocked by Poole. Now Russo still battling for it in the corner. It's played to Gunner. Gunner sends it right back in for Russo at the Zamboni doors. Minute 20 left on the clock. Russo to Gunner. Gunner goes cross ice for Cowell. Cowell had it hop over his stick. Now he plays it to Russo. Russo back for Cowell. It's in his legs, but Russo picks it up. Now near side for Gunner. Gunner has it in his feet. Russo goes for a skate. Goes cross ice looking for a tip. Couldn't find anyone. Rotundo tried to keep it in, but stopped up as he realized he was just going to get there a half a second later. Less than a minute left in the second period. It's given away to Timmins. And now, harmlessly, as the puck bounced away from his man into the corner, that was Tremblay with a chance. And the Voodoos might have got away with one there. Rotundo carries the puck to the blue line, dumps it in. And Timmins tries to get it out. They do, but DeCallaway knocks it down, so he's going to be able to pick it up at the neutral zone. DeCallaway out for Rotundo. Rotundo flips it in on the backhand. Misa couldn't quite get to it. Now DeCallaway battling for it again in the neutral zone. 20 seconds left. 10 seconds left on the power play. Seibel with it. And that should do it for the power play, as we're going to get back to 5-on-5 hockey for the final 9 seconds of this period. And now Dubroy carries the puck in. Knocked away from the puck, though. And that'll do it on the second period. The Voodoos bend, but don't break. It was scary for a few moments for the Voodoos faithful here in attendance, as Timmins came out strong in the first half of that period, getting 2 quick goals. But the Voodoos come back with one of their own to make it 4-2. And Harrison, you got a few more gray hairs going on for you there, buddy?
They started off at the beginning of the period as the Rock found a really good way to break through neutral ice, keep up the pressure in the offensive zone, and get 2 quickly on the board. But with the special teams play of the Voodoos tonight, it's really kept them in this game, helps extend their lead 4-2, and just keeping up the pressure, attacking from a variety of angles. We've seen shots go far side over gloves. We've seen direct attacks up high and up high, up high, up high. It's repeatedly been beating, frankly, both netminders tonight, and you just got to keep that up if you're going to close out this one against the Rock.
Shots on goal, 21-15 after 40 minutes of play between these two teams. Don't go anywhere, though, as we got what promises to be an exciting third period ahead after the second intermission. I'm Courtney Kenny, he's Harrison Clements, and we'll be back with more Voodoos hockey on the other side of this intermission.
Canadian Tire North Bay. Whether you're in need of a hockey gear upgrade or some cooking kitchenware to help get you fueled up for the big game. Maybe it's a set of new snow tires or a tune-up to help you get there safely. Stop by the newly renovated Canadian Tire North Bay. Open 7 days a week and located conveniently at 890 McEwen Avenue. They have everything you need for this season.
The Goalie Resiliency Podcast, hosted by Chris Dawson and Dr. Rob Graham. With player interviews new and old, goalie insights, and everything you need to know about being a netminder, this is the podcast to check out. You can subscribe at youtube.com/goalie-resiliency or instagram.com/goalie_resiliency.
Pleased to be joined by Declan Gallivan of the Sioux Thunderbirds here at the NOJHL Showcase. And Declan, I got to ask you, when we're trying to get to know you, give us a little bit of what you're like out on the ice.
On the ice, I just like getting pucks to my forwards, breaking the puck out clean and try not to get beat wide.
When you come into the season, was there a specific player that you're trying to emulate your game after?
Colby Fellinger. I like Colby Fellinger. He's the captain on my team. Last year, he was a big role model for me just because, I didn't have a lot of games or anything, and kind of just taught me to do my thing.
Playing in the Sioux, one of the bigger markets here in the NOJHL. Of course, there's a couple of teams around that area, but what's it like so far been playing in the Sioux?
Yeah, it's awesome. The fans are crazy in the Sioux, and then when we go up north, we're even crazier. So those north trips are always fun.
I got to ask you, you're signed with the battalion, a draft pick of the North Bay Battalion. How do you think playing in the NOJHL and junior A hockey is going to prepare you for the jump to the OHL?
Just the speed and the pace. I mean, in the OHL, obviously, it's a lot faster, but there's some really good kids out here, really fast, and it'll just help me make decisions quicker and just up my pace more.
Perfect. Thanks for this, Declan.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
That's Declan Gallivan here at the NOJHL Showcase.
Why is Northern Honda servicing more cars of all makes and models? Let's count the ways. 1. Our state-of-the-art facility has award-winning technicians. 2. Northern Honda has the lowest tire price guarantee, no matter what you drive. 3. The lowest synthetic oil change guarantee, and every 5th oil change is free for all makes and models. Plus, new Honda buyers get brake pads for life. See the service difference at Northern Honda, 1250 Seymour beside Home Depot.
The Goalie Resiliency Podcast, hosted by Chris Dawson and Dr. Rob Graham. With player interviews new and old, goalie insights, and everything you need to know about being a netminder, this is the podcast to check out. You can subscribe at youtube.com/goalie-resiliency or instagram.com/goalie_resiliency.
And we welcome you back inside the Powassan Sportsplex for period number 3 between the Powassan Voodoos and the Timmins Rock. A quick look around the league. After 40 minutes of play, the Sioux Thunderbirds lead Iroquois Falls 5-2. Kirkland Lake is up 2-1 over French River in that game in Noelville. Blind River's up 3-1 on Elliott Lake late in the second. And midway through the second period, the Hearst Lumberjacks are up 4-1 on the Sioux Eagles in a very busy night in the NOJHL. I'm Courtney Kenny, pleased to be joined by Harrison Clements. And Harrison, it's 4-2 in this game at the Sportsplex. It's been an entertaining one through 40 minutes of play, though.
We've had an equally busy night here. As you said, 3 goals in each period. The first period was all goals by the Powassan Voodoos. The initial scored by Caden Cowell, then shortly after a goal by Heath Bradley, and Caden Cowell again to close out the first period. The second was busted open by the Timmins Rock very early, 3:31 into the period, by a beautiful rush by Nathan Maricola, assisted by Tenzin Neiman. And then at the 7:40 mark, Clark Scadden got one past Seibel. But the Voodoos responded late in the third period on I believe it was on a power play, with Marcus Kratz getting a nice high shot above the now in net Graham Gee for the Timmins Rock, making this a 4-2 contest. We are assured to have an intense final period here in Powassan.
Yeah, Dryden Riley got the start in net for Timmins, and then he was replaced by Gee after 20 minutes of play. And Gee's still in net now as Timmins quickly on the attack. Good chance there, turned aside by the Voodoos defender. Now the shot off the end walls. The puck is bouncing all around the place. Pelche tried to get the puck down for Cowell, he couldn't. Timmins back in on the attack. Chance turned aside again by Powassan. Armitage with a chance, and big kick save there by Seibel. The Rock in their road white jerseys are going left to right to start this frame. The Voodoos in their home green jerseys are going right to left. As the puck in on Timmins territory. Nyman with the puck. Goes down the ice quickly. It's knocked in by the Rock, but knocked back out by Powassan. Kept in, sent cross ice. Good chance there as Kyle tried to give a little one-touch cross ice, but couldn't quite find his man. Now back in as Timmins into Voodoos territory. Both teams coming out flying here in the opening minute. However, as soon as I say that, everyone's favorite play as the puck is banked up against the boards on the far side, and the referees just decide to whistle it down.
Good rush both ways. Timmins comes out of the gates hot. Once again, getting a couple of solid opportunities. A nice kick save by Seibel keeps this a 2-goal game. Then back the other way, the Voodoos off the rush, getting some solid opportunities. Nice one-touches, but both teams clearing their zones effectively, and Timmins will get another offensive chance here.
Rotundo with the puck in his own zone as the Voodoos won the draw for Cowell. Cowell flips the puck in after he gains the red line, and it's bounced off the end board. Sire with it. Got the puck to his man, MacArthur. Now Beard going the other way. Beard tried to flip it on net. It flipped right over the net. And now behind the net again for Timmins. Back to the point. Sire sends it in deep. Goes around the end wall. Cowell gets to it. Tried to flip it out. Kept in by Albert. Now Cowell with it again. Flipping it down the ice. Picked up by Sire in his own zone. Gains the red line. Dumps it in. Seibel looking for an icing call. Wasn't going to come. So DeCallaway plays it in the corner. It's picked up by Timmins, though, before the Voodoos get it right back out. Heath Bradley flipping the puck down the ice as he gained the red line, so no icing. Now Sefton with the puck. Battling with Bradley as he's taken to the ice. Picked back up again by Timmins behind the net. Misa comes in, steals the puck. Sends it right back into the corner. Bradley on the near side. Turns it right back around for Dawson. Dawson tried to get it out front on the backhand behind the net. Now Misa picks it up. He gets it out front. No one was there, though, as it's knocked away. Coleman with another chance, and that one's stopped by Guy. MacArthur flipping it around the end wall. Dawson tried to send it right back in deep, but it hits a body and just stays there. Now Dawson picks it up. Dawson walks out, takes the shot, and another stop by Guy. MacArthur, although it might have been blocked, but MacArthur sends it in after he got the red line. Coleman up for Bradley. It's blocked by Nyman and sent in for Secord. Nyman walks his man to the ice. Battling again is Tremblay. Tremblay in on the near side corner. Got it around, but Kratz picks it up. And Kratz looks for Gunner. It's just out of his reach, and that'll go down the ice, but Gunner will get there first, so no icing. Gunner on the far side. Throws the puck cross ice. And that one's going to go out as Kratz picks it up in the neutral zone. Kratz up for Gunner. He took a swipe at it, trying to get it in deep, but the puck just did it on his own as he missed. Puck still in deep. Dubroy down on the ice. Call comes in. Now the puck going cross ice again. Kratz with the puck at the blue line. Flips it cross ice. Was looking for Gunner. And now the puck down to the red line for Clayton. Clayton. Tremblay takes a shot. That one missed the net. Now DeCallaway in there, but there's two rock all over him as DeCallaway falls to the ice. And the Voodoos send the puck down. Dubroy with the Jets. Takes a sharp angle shot, turned aside by Guy. You always got to watch out for the speed of Dubroy as he picks off a pass. Sent right back in by the Voodoos. Pelche nearly batted that one in. Now another chance here as Timmins going the other way. He has the puck picked off his stick. Now it's Cowell and Pelche on a 2-on-1. Pelche around his man, looks for Cowell for the hat trick. And it nearly bounced in, but they couldn't get it on net. Caden Cowell looking for the hat trick. Pelche with a nifty move, had him set up. At that point, you wonder if Pelche might have just been better to be a little bit selfish. McClellan with a chance. Seibel with a glove save there. As what a chance the other way for Powassan.
And this is forced by a really nice sequence from the Voodoos. After this initial back and forth, they kept up a really heavy forecheck. They started to wear Timmins down a bit, starting to force mistakes, force a turnover at the red line, get that 2-on-1, and get that prime scoring chance. You keep up play like that, you keep getting good looks, and pucks go in the back of the net.
To box, far side for Dawson. Now Dubroy chasing after it as McClellan gets to it, sends it around. Kelly battling with it with Misa. Kelly saw back-to-back playoff runs ended in the East Division Finals in back-to-back years. First year he was with the Voodoos as they got swept by Timmins. Second time was last year with Timmins when they lost in 7 to Powassan in a series in which no home team won a game. So home ice advantage was actually home ice disadvantage for Timmins in that series. Wild turn of events. As still battling on the far side. Misa on the near side now. Gets to it, sends it down the ice. Trying to corral that as Pelche, but it just bounced away from him. Now McClellan back to the near side. Rive with the puck, lost it though, as Lowe had it. Coming in was Skadan, who scored a goal in that second period for Timmins. The puck's back down the ice for Nyman. Nyman had it picked off by Russo. Russo back to Pelche. Pelche looking for Cowell again. And the saucer pass couldn't quite hit his man. Now Pelche picks it off again, gets it to Russo. Russo dumps it in. This line of Pelche, Russo, and Cowell has been buzzing for the last few games now for Powassan, as the chemistry is clearly there. The one line you don't see tinkered with. Is now in the middle of the ice. Good chance there by Skadan, turned aside by Seibel. Another chance, Rive gets it down the ice. Dubroy picks it up. Leaves it for Gunner. Gunner with the shot. That one hits a body and goes well out of play, as it actually does go over the netting. And it's funny, just back to that playoff series, how strange the playoffs can be, because I remember covering the North Bay Battalion the year before. Whoever team scored first lost the game against Barrie in the second round.
It really seems like playoffs comes around, it's just, hey, here's the trend that makes absolutely zero sense, but it's going to hold the entire time for some reason.
Yeah.
Like in that series, like in that scoring first example you gave, when it comes to playoff time, wacky things happen.
Chance now for Timmins. Delayed penalty against the Voodoos off that, though, as now we'll see what it is. And that's going to be, we're going to get a bit of a big penalty here, as there's going to be a technical thrown out there in basketball terms. It's going to go for holding, as they didn't quite like what Gunner had to say, or Rotundo had to say after that, I guess. So 4-minute double minor here, as Timmins is going to get a big chance, Harrison.
Well, we've seen the Voodoos put to the test on the penalty kill already, and despite being held in some long zone time, they were doing a really good job of getting in front of pucks and keeping things to the outside. They keep that up and keep those clears going. I think they'll make short work of this. And if so, the pressure's a little bit off, because you do have that 2-goal buffer. You don't want to give it away, but it does ease the back of your mind a bit.
This feels like this could go a long way to determining how the rest of this game plays out for sure, as Nyman near side to MacArthur. MacArthur wound up for the shot, and he fanned on it, and then the puck got back to the blue line from DeBox. Back to Nyman. Nyman takes a shot, stopped by Seibel, who's remained calm, cool, and collected all game long for Powassan.
His tracking through traffic has been fantastic so far. That glove hand is just snappy, on point. He's not giving up many rebounds when they are going up high on him.
Gold glove defense, as they would say in Major League Baseball. MacArthur with the puck at the blue line. Goes cross ice for Lowe. Lowe takes the shot. That one flies wide of the net. Now MacArthur with it. MacArthur on the near side wall. Back to the blue line for Nyman. Nyman back to Lowe. Lowe takes another shot. That one's blocked by DeBox. And now to Callaway, battling for it on the far side. Back to Lowe. Lowe had a lane, looked to pass it, fanned on the pass. Lowe still got to it. Dawson fanned on his clearing attempt as he falls over. Now MacArthur again with it. MacArthur threw the puck back to the near side. Sent back to Nyman. Full minute now in Voodoos territory. Has the puck back to Nyman at the blue line. Nyman walks in, takes a shot. Seibel makes the save. MacArthur with the puck off the rebound. Back to Lowe. Lowe to MacArthur. MacArthur can't handle it, but it doesn't go over the blue line. As is kept in. Now Dawson going to kill some time as he stick handles and dumps the puck down the ice. 2.5 minutes left on this double minor.
Again, that's a lot of zone time for the Rock, but getting in the way, getting sticks in the lanes, breaking up those shots, breaking up those high danger chances. And with the golden glove, like you were saying, from Seibel, they're doing a good job of killing off this first half of the penalty.
Seibel plays the puck. He gets into some trouble as it hits a body, but he's able to get it in the corner and away from danger. Now Kratz with the puck behind his net, sends the puck to the blue line, kept in. No, the linesman says offside. As the Voodoos might have caught a break on that one, Harrison.
That was straddling the blue line for sure. A close call, and if you're the Voodoos, you take that all day. 1:50 killed off with a 4-minute infraction. So far, nothing going in, and despite the long time, I think you got to be happy with how this one is going if you're the guys in green.
Dubroy and Dawson, as Dawson's been out there for that first minute of that entire penalty kill. Gets it to Coleman. Coleman sends it around. Beard kept it in, though, as Dawson battling for it up against the boards. It's knocked out by Dubroy, though, as the puck came loose, and a good play by number 10 and number 11 in your programs to get the puck down the ice.
We've seen Dawson and DeBroy a lot on those more grind-type lines on the penalty kill in past seasons.
Kelly with a chance. Good block there by DeBox. Back to the blue line again. Timmins. Sire to Kelly. Tried to feed it through to the near side. It didn't hit anyone, so Beard picks it up off the boards. Minute and a half left. Now Kelly with another chance off the stick and wide of the net of Seibel. Now Armitage with the puck. Sharp angle chance. Seibel stops it, and the Voodoos are able to clear the puck down. That was DeBroy, and Geese out to play it. Now the Voodoos going for a quick change. As late hit on Dawson sends him flying into the bench. Nothing called there. Timmins back on the attack with a minute left. Sent towards the net. MacArthur gets to it. Pelche, Rotundo, no, that is Pelche rather, battling for it. It's back to Nyman at the point. Cross ice to Lowe. Lowe to MacArthur. Back to Nyman at the top. To MacArthur on the near side. Tried to throw the puck in, but nearly picked off by DeCalloway, but he sent it right back to MacArthur. 40 seconds left on the man advantage. 9:50 left in the third. Sharp angle chance, and it's off the side of the net. MacArthur again at the point. Back in. Good chance again for the Rock, and that one's turned aside by Seibel and into the far side corner. Now back to Nyman, to Lowe. Lowe has Pelche all over him. Russo picks it up, and Russo decides to go for a skate to kill some more time. Sends it down to Timmins territory. 10 seconds left on the man advantage, and Powassan looks to have killed this double minor in a valiant effort on the penalty kill. Now Timmins picks it up. A little bit of a wires getting crossed there as Nyman had vacated a spot when the puck was left for him. Nyman up the ice. And we're back to 5-on-5. 9 minutes left in the frame. Cowell gave the puck away to Boyle, and that one goes wide. Dawson with the puck, flips it down the ice, and it's to Albert at his own blue line. DuBroy slamming the boards in disgust, missed what happened there. Misa gave it away back to Albert. Now again, coming back in is McClellan. He took a shot. That one's blocked up by Powassan. Now Cowell picks it up, and he flips it down the ice. That will go for icing, though, as he was about half a foot behind the red line. Now with 8:32 left on the clock.
You got to be super happy with that penalty kill if you're the Voodoos. Getting 6 in lanes, getting in the way of puck, and then Russo just making a really smart decision with about half a minute left, skating down into the zone, killing off the rest, letting his teammates get off for a change to get back in the fight on 5-on-5.
Off the draw, Misa got it back to DeBox. Cowell got a piece of it. It's going to go down the length of the ice, though, as Cowell touched it at his blue line. So back-to-back icing calls now against the Voodoos.
And part of what made that kill a little bit easier on the Voodoos is that the Rock unfortunately looked kind of one note out there. They would try to get it to one of the wingers down low, and as soon as that happened, a Voodoo would just get down low, get in front of the puck, and force a pass away, and that killed off a lot of precious seconds for the Rock.
Battle on the far side. Misa comes away with it, gets it to Dawson. Dawson sends it down the ice. Cowell in a foot race. Will he get there? He does beat it out. As Caden Cowell, that could have been a dangerous time there on a third straight icing. Cowell picks it up, sends it cross ice, right back into Timmins territory. Albert picks it up in the near side corner. Hit there, thrown by the Voodoos. Cowell. Now battle for it along the boards. It's Gunner to Call. Picked back up by Timmins. That's Sefton to McClellan. Sent down the ice again. Jump grab by DeCalloway. But it's picked back up by Boyle. Now to Calloway. Calmly sends it out of play, nearly taking out Jeremy Love, the scorekeeper, as he just throws the puck back in. 7:38 left here in the third period. We have reached our mid-period break, though, so we'll be back with more Voodoos hockey on the other side of this.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
And we welcome you back inside the Powassan Sportsplex as we're set for the final 7.5 minutes of this third period. Voodoos are up 4-2 against the Timmins Rock. Courtney Kenny pleased to be joined by Harrison Clements. And a bit of a interesting start to this third period as Timmins had a 4-minute power play.
So far, the penalty kill doing a lot of work for the Voodoos. The power play not quite clicking if you're the Rock. The pass is not quite with the crispness that they need. Not quite enough playmaking going on in order to get something past the lightning fast glove of Cybele in net for the Voodoos. 4-2 is the score. Shots 28-18, so the Rock's still doing a good number in that category, but nothing getting to the back of the net so far in this frame.
As the puck comes back out, Poole with a chance. As the fans didn't get a chance to fully sing Sweet Caroline, the puck out front of Cybele. Somehow he keeps it out. Another chance turned aside by a body in front. Austin Cybele with a good chance on a big save there. Fans didn't get the chance, though, to fully sing Sweet Caroline, so they kept it going there off the draw. Powassan Sportsplex has really stepped up fan-wise the last couple of times, singing the national anthem last time, and the microphone was cutting out at the last home game a week ago. And Russo sends the puck down the ice. Pelche will be the first one down, so he'll negate the icing as he battles for it. If you're a Voodoos fan, that Russo-Pelche cowl line is definitely endearing themselves to you game after game, I would have to say, here at the Sportsplex. Coleman chips the puck down the ice, and Misa picks it up at the Rock blue line. Dumps it back in. It's sent in for DeBox, who gets it to Coleman, takes the chance, and that one's turned aside by Guy. The 19th shot on the Timmins net.
And we've seen from Russo, we've seen from Pelche, we've seen it from Bradley as real prime examples of this is going in as the individual forechecker, holding onto the puck and letting the team get effective line changes. It was something that the team was struggling a little bit with at the beginning of the season, and now seems to be a real asset for them with those guys especially.
Nyman with the puck, battling for Call. Call gets it out front. Gunner just fanned on the backhand chance, as that was a play that seemingly came out of nowhere. Coleman battling for it again on the near side wall. Coming away with that one is Gunner as he knocks his man down to the ice. And now the puck over to Armitage as he gets the puck out. 6 minutes left in this third period. Out front, Kelly with the shot, saved by Cybele, as that's the 30th shot sent towards the Voodoos netminder this game. Kelly sends the puck deep back into his own zone. Guy out to play it as Dubroy was moving in on him. And now the puck to the near side. Rive nearly fanned on it, but he was able to catch it with his foot. Sends it right back down, but Kelly picks it up in the neutral zone. Marincola just missed the pass there. And that'll go for icing against the Rock as Kratz is the first one back with 5.5 minutes on the clock.
The Rock have been keeping up the pressure, but so far, the forecheck and neutral zone presence of the Voodoos has been really effective at keeping this on the Rock end of the ice, and any zone time that the Rock have had has been kind of snuffed out along a really nice back check, keeping the puck to the outside and out of the zone effectively.
Puck down the ice. Russo might have gotten away with one there as there was a Rock player falling. Now the puck just kept at that blue line. Pelche sends it back in. Albert with the puck blows a tire in his own corner, but no one was near him, so Secord is able to pick up the loose puck. Now Secord battling with Pelche on the far side by the penalty boxes. Still battling for possession. Timmins has it. Sends it out to the middle of the ice. Marincola back to his defenseman Albert. 5 minutes on the clock. As the game winds down, we'll have to keep an eye on Guy. See when he comes out of his net. If Timmins does, chance right there, and the puck's just put wide of the net. As that was a gorgeous opportunity for Timmins. Now the puck rolling down the ice. No icing, though, as it's waved off. Timmins right back the other way. Tremblay missed it. Callaway sends it right back into his zone. Sent back in for Tremblay. Bradley flipping it in at the red line. It's in on Guy, and he's just going to cover things up and get a stoppage there.
At this point in the game, with a 2-goal lead, 4:26 left on the clock, you're going to be more than happy to just spend as much time as you can in the Rock zone. If you are the Powassan Voodoos, just keep up that pressure, keep things out of your end of the ice, and keep the Rock on the back foot so they can't try and mount a comeback or pull Guy out of the net.
To Callaway from the point, throws that one high and wide of the net. Now Armitage had it hop off his stick and is sent back towards the Rock zone. Bradley couldn't quite get it in deep, though, as it's right back into Voodoos territory. Rotundo with the puck in front of Cybele. gets his pocket pick chance there as Seibel came up with a save. And we'll get a tripping call against Timmins, so that shot won't count as it came on the Timmins player touching the puck.
And that's a good job by Rotundo. Keep with the puck and just stay on top of it because it forces that trip. They get kind of lucky with that one, if we're being frank, because that was a really dangerous own zone turnover, but you got to take that all day for the Voodoos.
A moment just before when Rotundo put the puck in front of his net, it was a little bit worrisome, but it ends up being a power play here. So for at least 2 of the final 4 minutes, unless a goal is scored, Powassan will have the power play. Seibel plays his puck to Kratz. Kratz in his own zone, tries to shake off Kelly. Kratz slowly out of his zone, but we've seen him turn on the Jets before, and he has a power play goal already this game. Kratz to Pelche. Pelche knocked over, and now there's a pile up on the far side corner. Still battling for it. Back to the point. Russo to Kratz. Kratz battling on the far side half wall. Comes to Pelche. Pelche knocked off the puck as there was a hard hit there by Poole. And now Russo comes away with it. Russo. Still over a minute on the man advantage. 3:15 left in this period. Russo. Back to Kratz. Kratz takes the shot. His stick explodes. And he has to chase off the puck. They score! Nathan Pelche! Oh my goodness, 6th of the season as he picks up the rebound and gets a pass Guy. It's 5-2 off that power play goal.
And there just seemed to be a lot of confusion in front of the net there as shrapnel rains from the skies, a stick explodes, a strange rebound, but Peltier sees the puck all the way through, and 5-2, another special teams goal for the Voodoos, just absolutely buzzing tonight.
Another draw at center ice, won by Dubroy. Coleman dumps the puck in. We'll have to see if Guy's still pulled for an extra attacker or if the Rock are just going to try and get another quick one back. Down the ice, walking in. MacArthur had the puck roll off his stick, sends it to the near side. Coleman picks it up. Coleman down the ice and is sent in. Dubroy gets it back to Coleman. Coleman flips the puck down the ice. It did gain an edge, but not enough for icing as Albert picks it up. 2.5 minutes left in this third period. It's 5-2 Powassan as Nathan Pelche has scored to make it 5-2. As a player hits it off the bench, and we'll get a stoppage here on, I believe, offside, or are they calling too many men? It looks like they're going to get the referees to converge here, but I would think that's too many men as it hit a player going off.
Yeah, a little bit of a strange circumstance in front of the net here. We'll have a brief talk, but I don't think they'll go too long.
No, they're not calling it. They're calling it offside, as Darren Long is going to go over and explain to the Voodoos bench.
2:18 remaining. You'd have to think it would be pretty egregious to call something at this point with this score line. The offside seems like a fair enough call at this point, and if you're the Voodoos, you're just going to be happy with the draw outside of the Rock zone.
30 shots on goal, 21 as the national anthem randomly starts playing here at the Sportsplex. Usually that's at the beginning of the game. Not with 2 minutes left.
A little bit of strange timing, but hey, a little late period patriotism. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Cowell in, still looking for the hat trick because he has 2 goals on the night. Threw it on net. He might have hit the side of the net though. Now Pelche throws a hit, as that line's all over the score sheet in this game. Beard with the puck, tried to dump it in. It's picked off by Powassan and then sent down the ice by Pelche. Cowell nearly got to that one. Poole picks it up. He's hit into the boards. Cowell coming in for support. Now it's to DeBox. DeBox behind his net. 1.5 minutes. Guy still in his net. He's now out front looking for Armitage as Pelche is able to just sweep the puck out of harm's way and down the ice. Sire picks it up at his blue line. Down the ice to Callaway, plays it. Rather it's going to go for icing with 1:19 left on the clock, and it'll be an offensive zone draw for Powassan.
And as you said, Guy's still in his net, and that's not all too surprising. Being down 2 goals this late in the game, you're more than likely to see a netminder leave, but down 3, the odds are just so stacked against you that you basically got to get one back before attempting anything past desperation at this point.
Unless you're Seattle last night, they pulled their goalie with like 5 minutes left, down 4-1 or 3-1 at that point. I guess it was 2 goals, so or it was 3-0 at the time, I should say. And then they scored a goal. As we get another icing call here against Timmins this time. But unlike someone else's team, my team beat the Kraken.
Yo, I don't. I'm already in misery as a Habs fan. We're mad at the team too. There's not much joy.
I'm pretty happy with Cole Caulfield, not gonna lie.
Hey, you know what? He's finally starting to look like the goal scorer that we all know he can be. So I will happily take that. I know for you it's for fantasy reasons, but, you know, a win's a win, I guess, when it comes to the Habs this season.
There you go. He's going to be dangerous as he gets older.
Oh, yeah.
As we're into the final minute. Last season looked to be his taking off season. Then he got injured, which is a shame. Also looks good wearing 13.
Yep, absolutely. Just really nice homage there to Mr. Johnny Gaudreau.
McClellan tries to dipsy doodle through the neutral zone. The puck is out of Voodoos territory, though, after it took a bounce off the linesman, and that'll go down the length of the ice for icing here with 31.9 seconds left on the clock. And that's one thing I do have to say is every team that's done an homage to Johnny Gaudreau in their own way this year has knocked it out of the park.
It's been, frankly, just wonderful to see how the league rallied behind it, how the hockey world in general has rallied behind everything that's happened in the unfortunate circumstance of the Gaudreaus this year.
Well, off the draw, DeCalloway picks up the puck. It's kept in by Timmins deep as DeCalloway taken to the ice. 20 seconds on the clock. Rotundo still battling for it. As now the Rock come away with it. Sharp angle chance blocked by the Voodoos. And Kelly tries to throw the puck on net again. Now it's picked up by Call and sent down the ice. And that'll end a 10-game losing skid here at home against the Timmins Rock, including playoffs, as Peter Goulet gets his first home win here against Timmins as they take down the Rock 5-2. The Powassan Sportsplex have become a house of horrors for the Voodoos against the Rock lately. No more of an emphatic victory here tonight, Harrison.
Indeed. Remember the 1st of November as this happens to be an outstanding victory for the Voodoos outside of a little bit of a hiccup at the beginning of the second period. They adjust quickly. They just go all guns a-blazing on the special teams. Seibel stopping 28 shots tonight, looking absolutely fantastic, being an outstanding netminder. All lines buzzing, just you cannot be more happy if you're Powassan. There's not a better place to be on a Friday night.
No better place to be than P-Town as the Voodoos skate off and salute the crowd. Timmins still has the season series 2-1 after coming in here on opening night and winning, and then winning again in Timmins a couple of days later. And the Voodoos, though, turn their fortunes around as Austin Seibel shut the door, like you said, Harrison. And before we go, your final thoughts on this one. A very entertaining game here at the Sportsplex.
Well, the goals were high for the Voodoos, 5. You got to be impressed with their defensive game. They were able to shut down the neutral zone really effectively, occasionally switching to a 1-4 trap that really smothered the Timmins Rock, and then even getting back, shutting down those rushes, and being able to rely on your goaltender like Seibel. There's a lot to like about what you saw tonight from the Voodoos. Even when they were down in that 4-minute double minor, they were able to shut the door, clear the puck, stay in the zone for extended time, and fight back. Great stuff all around from Powassan.
Yeah, it's been feeling like a little bit of a momentum builder over the month of October for Powassan, putting together some more competitive games than they did in September, and it's now resulted in a 3-game winning streak for the Voodoos as they snap Timmins' 2-game winning streak here as they also get their first home victory against Timmins since 2021 on home ice. Again, going back to the playoffs, counting all of that together as well. But that being said, I'm Courtney Kenny. Heath Harrison, did you have one more thing you want to say?
I just wanted to briefly mention the 3 stars of the game. Mr. Caden Cowell with the 2 goals, Peltier as well, and then on the Rock side, Mr. Thomas Beard, always a threat for the Rock. But that's about it for me, Courtney.
And that'll be about it for me from the Powassan Sportsplex. Always a fun time here in P-Town, especially on a Friday night, as we mentioned. And that'll wrap things up here. A 5-2 victory for the Powassan Voodoos. I'm Courtney Kenny. He's Harrison Clements. And as always, keep your eye on the front line.
Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
The Goalie Resiliency Podcast, hosted by Chris Dawson and Dr. Rob Graham. With player interviews new and old, goalie insights, and everything you need to know about being a netminder, this is the podcast to check out. You can subscribe at youtube.com/goalie resiliency or instagram.com/goalie_resiliency.